Hello, this is Miss Rachel with the Prattville Public Library, and today for our STEM activity, we will be playing around with the concept of light. So in your kit, you should be able to have all of the materials you need to make one of these. This is our little rocket that we're going to make. So basically what you'll need to do is cut out and color, if you want, your paper cardstock rocket. And then you're going to set aside your straw and your pipette. You'll tape with some Scotch tape your pipette to the back of your rocket, like so. Making sure that you cut high enough up that the straw can fit inside the pipette like that. Then you are ready to fly. All you've got to do is use your breath to create a current that will propel your rocket upwards like this. Not bad, right? So you can experiment with different types of tape. You can add things to the tip of the rocket or to the sides to help stabilize. You can do all sorts of engineering and explorative experimentation to figure out how to make your rocket fly highest or furthest or straightest or however you want it to go. So that's the rocket part, but I bet you have all the things you need to make some more flying stuff as well. If you've got paper at home, for example, you can make a paper airplane. So here's Miss Rachel's paper airplane. This paper airplane came from the World Record Paper Airplane book. And I just folded it how I learned in school, but as you can see, it doesn't fly quite as far as maybe some expert paper airplanes like that World Record one does. So let's see how it flies. Oh man, it crashed right below the camera, but not bad though. It had a pretty straight, smooth trajectory. So one of the things you'll need to know when you're designing and engineering your rocket and your paper plane, you'll want to be thinking about a couple different forces and terms that will help you to think through your design. So the first two terms I want to talk about are weight and lift. Weight is how much something weighs, how much gravity and the density, the mass of the thing work together to push down towards the core of the earth, whatever that thing is. So this little rocket here does not weigh very much, but it still weighs enough combined with the 9.8 pounds of gravity weighing down on it that if I just let go, it goes straight down. Lift, on the other hand, exerts an upward pull. So as an airplane flies, for example, its wings are angled with the front edges higher than the back edges. And this causes the air going over the top of the wings to speed up slightly as it gets sucked downwards across the wing. So the air traveling under the wing slows down a bit as it gets shoved up by the bottom of the wing. The speeding up and the slowing down of the air is what creates the lift. A couple other terms that are useful to know are drag versus thrust. When you fly a paper airplane level across the room, level meaning straight parallel to the ground, drag is what pulls back on your airplane and slows it down. Most drag comes from air resistance. So again, even though air is not very dense, it can create friction with the mass of the object that's flying through the air and slow it down. Thrust is on the opposite end, and so that pulls or pushes the plane forward. So real airplanes get their thrust from a propeller or jet engine, but a paper airplane gets their thrust from your arm first, and then from gravity. Also, you want to have some stability, and there are three basic types of stability. We've got pitch, directional, and spiral. Pitch stability keeps the airplane's nose from pointing too far up or down. That is important because if your airplane's nose is down, down, down like mine was when it was flying, the pitch was not very stable, and so it just crashed down by the base of the camera really quickly. Directional stability keeps an airplane from going left or right, which can cause crashes into bookshelves or other materials that are around. And then spiral stability keeps the airplane from spinning or rolling around its body. So all of this information and more can be found in this handy book. I will also be copying a few of the pages of this book that talk about how paper airplanes fly into our website. So go to www.appl.info/extra4.asp and you'll be able to see this information as well as print out a template for your own paper airplane. But you can always just use plain paper as well. And if you have more questions about rockets, about paper airplanes, about flight, about space, we've got books all about all sorts of these important topics: light and heavy, energy, how energy can create propulsion, and space exploration, and information about how mass and gravity work differently in space. There's all sorts of information that you can use to further your research and get you even higher with your rocket at the library. If you have any questions, please email me at rparlier@appl.info, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.